Everybody doing this evening? I want to talk about something that I find very interesting because I am a student of the Bible. I've studied the Bible a lot. Um, Not so much lately, but years ago I was a heavy student of the Bible, and I also looked at you know um, a lot of prophecy and stuff like that. I was very much into that stuff. And when I heard today that Donald Trump is proposing moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, I thought it was interesting because he started to get involved with Middle East politics when he does something like that. This is something that the Palestinians would object to, and something that's pro-Israel. And of course, he's been playing the Christian voters throughout this whole process. And if there ever was a formula, and I'm not saying this because I don't think it's even close, but if there was a formula for somebody that was the Antichrist, it would be a formula very similar to what Trump does or is doing. And I'll explain how I would think it would work. And I'm not saying this about Trump because I don't think Trump's a peacemaker. The Antichrist is supposed to be a peacemaker, and of course Donald Trump isn't. But Donald Trump has a formula that I think that would be something something the Antichrist would use. And the way I would think this would work is that Donald Trump really is a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is what they say the Antichrist would be. The way Donald Trump got elected is he went to the American public on a couple issues that I think the Democrats are very weak in. Number one, pro-life. Trump touted himself as somebody who's pro-life. Although he's been pro-abortion much of his life, so this is really something that's a fundamental value or belief on him, but he used it to get elected. The second thing he used to get elected was the nomination of the Supreme Court Justice, which had a lot to do with the pro-life movement. So when people supported Trump, they didn't give a damn about Trump and his morals. They didn't give a damn about Trump and what he was going to do. All they knew that he was pro-life, and since he was pro-life, they were just going to throw everything his direction and support him no matter what. So Trump won basically on that one issue. And then he did a few others, like he was a pro-Second Amendment guy, and these are the ways Trump got elected, although he's vacillated on these issues throughout his life. You watch a lot of YouTube videos about how he was pro-gun, then he's been anti-gun, he's been pro-abortion, he's been anti-abortion. I mean, these are not core values for Trump, although the electorate believed it, especially the religious right believed it. So he's really what you would call a wolf in sheep's clothing, because once he got elected, he's doing everything that he can possibly do to undermine the structure and the fabric of the United States of America. And his latest being attacking the FBI, calling it in shambles, saying that the FBI is got a lot of problems, like he talks in this vague, weird language, and that they'll be great again under him. He's attacked the judiciary. He's attacked almost every institution that makes our country great. He's attacked the Republicans, the Democrats, the Congress, the Senate, everybody he's attacked. I would think this would be the same way the Antichrist would operate. The Antichrist would come into a situation like Donald Trump has. He would be a wolf in sheep's clothing. He would be able to bluff or be able to con a lot of people with a few issues like Donald Trump has, and then undermine all the institutions thereafter, and even the media, as he undermines the media. So Trump has undermined the media, the Democrats, the Republicans, everybody's undermined. He completely undermines everybody, and then he points the answers are the answers that he proposes or he says are true. So this is exactly the script that somebody that would come under worldwide authority that would do. They would come in and they would absolutely undermine the world, the United Nations, everything. I mean, a lot of people think those are the institutions that will bring in some sort of Antichrist or world leader, but actually it's somebody that's going to undermine all those institutions, and somebody that's going to come in and look at those institutions as being corrupt and dirty and obsolete and all things like that, or not something that's what the people want or what the people are trying to achieve. So that's exactly what Donald Trump's done. Like I say, he isn't someone that's, I mean, I don't know one entity that Donald Trump hasn't attacked in our government, in our republic. Not one thing. He's attacked everybody and everything. This would be, I think, like an Antichrist game plan. So, I'm not saying that's Donald Trump, but I'm saying it's something very similar to what somebody that was trying to pull something off like that would be. Very similar to Donald Trump, and let alone being somebody that's vile and repulsive like Trump. Been accused of a lot of sexual immorality, sexual behavior. You know, he's just a real pervert. So, you know, talking about grabbing women's crotches and all that kind of stuff. The guy's a real creep. So this would be the formula I would think that an Antichrist would use. Something of this nature, especially from the standpoint of tearing down all the institutions within the government and within the world. What makes the United States strong isn't the fact that we have a perfect government or perfect institutions. It's that we have those institutions. Donald Trump's not above the FBI, and he has no right to tear apart the FBI. If you think the FBI is liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republic, I don't care what you think, but Donald Trump's not above the FBI. And Donald Trump shouldn't be able to dictate to the FBI and to the Congress and the Senate what he thinks how things should be. And that's why it's what I think it's very special that we have somebody like a Mueller that's able to go after it, because he's trying to tear down all these institutions and trying to rearrange the United States, where he is simply the truth bearer, the person that knows all truth and tells all truth, and everybody else is lying. The fake media, they even attacked the Congress and the Senate and the Republicans and the Democrats. And then he's got this guy in the background. Is a really creepy dude, which is Bannon. Steve Bannon, I believe, is intelligent, but he's really super creepy, and he's really super weird, and he's really in this mode of destroying our institutions in this country, and doing something completely different. It's really frightening stuff, very frightening. So while so many people have been hoodwinked with Trump and his pro-abortion or pro-life stance, his pro-gun stance, and his choosing conservative justices on the Supreme Court, at the same time he's ripping the institutions and what makes us free, and what the divisions within our government that makes it so one person can be the sole decision maker or the sole dictator of the country. He's ripping that apart, and that's what we need to be frightened of. And that would be like the formula of an Antichrist. So anyway, kind of a long rambling video, but anyway, very interesting. And the fact that he's getting involved with Middle East politics is really interesting. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thank you.